Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the Banner Saga 2. Alright, well, there's not much else to do here other than rest. I mean, we could visit the market again, but I think we'll just go ahead and leave. It is very tempting to rest, but I don't know. I feel like this is probably not the best place to do it in, so let's go ahead and leave. The wooden planks of the well-used dock creak as you walk across them. Hakon, a warrior recently acknowledged as King of the Varl, paces on the dock. "Not sure I was made for this," he says as you approach. "Commanding in battle is one thing, but deciding how many chickens we need to bring?" Well, we've both made harder decisions. I'm just as lost as you are at this. Well, you seem to be handling it just fine. I think I'll go with that. "I'm not looking for praise," Hakon says. "I just want to know what we're expecting when this is all over. There's so few Varl left. How do I keep my people alive?" You search for something to say, but he stops you. "I'm not looking for an answer from you either. It's something a Varl king should be able to figure out. Let's sail." All right, let's go ahead and depart. After lighting the funeral pyre, the last villagers find seats on your rickety longships, built of scrap wood scavenged in Borsgard. The ravens find space around a large cart in their black-sailed vessel. Oars slowly move all the boats into the river's current. And you know what? I think I might have muted it. Yep, I muted it to test the audio. Whoops, my bad. At least I noticed it. Well, this is a little bit new, having being on ships rather than walking cross-country. Alio looks ill. "At least it's not the brackish sea," he whispers to himself as he steps around the rowers and baggage to speak with you. "I'm not sure we were all built for aquatic voyages," he says. "I hear Aberrang is quite a distance away. My people could use a few hours rest on solid ground. We haven't been out in the river for very long. Not sure that rivers are really nearly as bad as the ocean anyway." The hopeful looks from the others sway you, and you signal for the ships to make land. Would you mind telling me why the capital is our destination?" Alio asks. "Aberrang's walls have never been breached. The Valka Juno says the menders there can protect us. It's the furthest place from the dredge. It just is. Now help row." No, let's not be rude. The Valka Juno says the menders there can protect us. No, I think that it's the furthest place from the dredge kind of makes a little bit more sense. "Reason enough after what we just endured," the Skald says, his eyes looking distant as he recalls the fight. "Stone armor and strange humming weapons." "Dredge," Alio says almost in awe. "Man and Varl's storied foe from oh so ever long ago. But they're real and here. How have they made it so far south?" His glance at the Varl is met with both anger and shame. The longship rocks gently, and the Skald grabs a rope to steady himself. "If only we had the fabled horses to ride upon, we'd outpace the dredge and be on sound footing." His dramatized misery is almost as amusing as his thanks when he steps back onto land. Our morale is improved. That's always good. This is the map of the world. You can explore it by dragging the mouse to pan and using the mouse wheel to zoom. Whee! The location of your caravan is the location of your caravan is indicated here by Rook's icon. The caravan recently embarked from Alio's village and is traveling westward down the Ormsa River. So I guess we weren't in Ormsdalr. Prior to arriving at Alio's village, the caravan had hurriedly embarked from Borsgard in the wake of the devastating siege laid by Belor and his armies. Click on Borsgard to find out more about it. Borsgard, an aging and senile mess of a city that can't remember whether it wants to sell you something or steal everything you've got. While Ormsdalr grew early into an important hub of trade, its twin city Borsgard became the place to buy things nobody else was willing to hawk. It's greatly supported by the potent items harvested in Rainavik and Tistel, and plagued by huge disparities between the extremely rich and the suffering poor. The caravan is attempting to reach Ormsdalr by river, on the way to Aberrang. Click on Ormsdalr to find out more about it. As Strom led some of the first men east, Ormsdalr was one of the most important places they settled, nestled in the crook where the Ormsa River splits. If Borsgard and Ormsdalr were twins, Ormsdalr would be the righteous brother, trying to keep his evil twin from hurting anyone else. Reaching Arborang, the human capital, is the ultimate goal of the caravan. It is hoped that the walls of the ancient city will provide safety against the deepening catastrophe. Click on Arborang to learn more. Something tells me that it won't be, but, hey. Arborang, from humble beginnings to the eventual seat of power for the king, Arborang is the most populated and contested city throughout the human lands. Its towering obsidian walls have been pulled from the depths by the weaving power of the Menders. As each new generation of residents builds another ring of walls, the city continues to grow larger, more indulgent, and more dangerous. Sounds interesting. The world map is covered with many locations and holds much lore. You can explore the map at any time, clicking on locations for more information. Oh, yeah, that's right. I gotta click and drag. There's not much to the south there. There's Svartbog, Grun Sea, Greywater Sea, Worm's Tear Isle, Wolf's Maw. Let's see, we've got Sederlund, Valkajökull, Hron, Rundwall, Stromlund, Svartbog, and Dalaland. Plains of Slaughter. Plains of Slaughter. The early days of the Horseborn are a tragic tale indeed. No tale more so than the Plains of Slaughter, where furious at man's treatment of horses and conflicted emotions about their own relationship to the beasts, stole and slaughtered the horses wholesale in defiance. I think there's a word missing in there. As time passed, like specifically the word of who stole and slaughtered the horses wholesale in defiance. As time passed, they would deeply regret the decision and withdraw further into Horseborn territories. I guess it's talking about the Horseborn, but whatever. Cutting themselves off from the other intelligent races completely. Alright, so let's see. Stromlund. Rundwall was once a vast nation. The Civil War divided mankind, and a leader named Strom set out for the east, intent on creating a new kingdom there. The dream died with Strom, and the lands would become unified again, but the name stuck. About Svartbog. A stinking mire of mud and marsh, and a crushing disappointment to Strom and the other early men hoping to carve out a new land for themselves in the east. Even the Horseborn do not linger where the earth pulls the unwary into the ground with every step. Mire Fallows. While naming much of the Svartbog would be an exercise in futility, the Mire Fallows earned its page in the history books when an entire human army, hiding from the Horseborn during the First Great War, became stuck in bog, not unlike quicksand, sending several hundred proud warriors to a watery grave. A common topic of conversation for treasure seekers, claiming that their weapons and armor would sell for a fortune. So far, there have been no known takers. There's a couple cities. Allerholm. The ironically named Allerholm is only an island in the sense that its settlers managed to find the singular bit of solid land surrounded by large tracts of mud and marsh, where the Svartbog begins. Despite this, it has managed to make a fair name for itself, refining the nearby peat into iron. Alright, well, let's go ahead and X out of that. You can return to the map at any time during travel by pressing this button. As you travel through the world, time passes. The number of days passed is shown here. Each time a full day passes, your supplies will be consumed. Morale drops during the continuous travel, and when supplies run low. In order to raise morale, you must camp and allow your caravan to rest. Yeah, you get out of here, birds. The number of days worth of remaining supplies is shown here. If the caravan has insufficient supplies, people will begin to starve and morale will drop. In order to maintain morale and heal injuries, you must rest in camp. Furthermore, camping provides you with opportunities to increase your battle prowess and converse with your heroes. Click here to camp. Okay. We haven't moved very far. Not sure if that's a new person or not. It looks kind of familiar, but it might also just be my faulty memory of the previous game. When a day passes in camp... I mean, it's been like, what, 2 years since I played the first one? When a day passes in camp, your caravan consumes a day's worth of supplies and morale increases. Click the rest tent now. But I want to... Where the hell do I go to look at my troops? Well, let's go ahead and do that. At any time, you can visit the heroes' tent to inspect and promote your heroes. Click the heroes' tent now. Ah, there we go. Well, morale has improved. Items. Your items are shown at the bottom of the roster. Drag items onto your units to equip them. Items can only be equipped by characters of equal rank. Promote your units to equip higher rank items. Click on an item for more information. Alright, so we do have everyone. Hogan, Mogan, Avend, Ivor, Nid. Click on a unit to view stats, promote ranks, and learn about their abilities. So, current party here, roster. We've got quite a few people, that is true. Ah, yes. Trigv. I remember he does have an item. So Alio. So we'll take a look at Ivor here. We can promote. He's got 24 out of 11 kills. I think that's for going up ranks. When Skogar was still young, Ivor wandered into the town's center, startling the settlers from Rundwall, who had rarely seen a Varl before. He's never said why he left the Varl lands to help men build a small town, but each chieftain in Skogar's family line is happy to have him. He's known Rook since the man was young, and the two formed a fast friendship. A fast kinship. Click on the ability button to learn about the unit's abilities. Battering Ram. Strong arm smashes into an enemy or ally, knocking them back up to 4 tiles, and pushes them through anyone in the way. Battering Ram does armor break damage and adds 1 more break damage to the target for each unit they pass through. The ability can be used on both friend or foe, making it versatile in many situations. Not exactly sure why you'd really want to use it on friends. I guess, I mean, you would deal damage to the people they pass through. The warrior hits so hard that an enemy standing adjacent to his target has, on a strength attack, take 1 damage from the shockwave. Hitting a large target like a Varl or Dredge, who takes up 4 tiles, can potentially cause an impact across many more victims than hitting a single tile target, such as a human. Alright, so, I don't currently have any points available. I could promote. A lot of people I could promote. You're rank 4, you're rank 5. 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, yeah. Ivand is rank 5. Nid is rank 4. I remember her, liking her quite a bit. Oddleif, I remember liking quite a bit. I can definitely promote her. What is her special ability? Rain of Arrows and Puncture. Well, we'll look through some of that later, I think. We got Ludin, who... This unit has points available to spend on improving stats and talents. Oh. One thing that I do remember is some people commenting that Ludin's special abilities could have been really good, and I didn't really use them. I'm not sure, was it? Let's see. Embolden, each kill the spearman makes encourages allies to fight harder, granting 1 willpower to the spearman and any adjacent allies. That is pretty decent. But I think it might have been this Impale ability. The spearman skewers his enemy, doing normal strength damage, before kicking them away, doing knockback and causing them to bleed if they move on their next turn. A character who is bleeding will take 1 strength damage for each tile that they move. Yeah. That's that is a lot better than I really gave it credit for. Let's see. So I've got 4 points available. Bump up armor break. That's probably good. Let's see. Exertion is the amount of willpower you can use on any given action, dodge, or lucky shot. So I think that's... I don't remember those abilities there. Must max stat. With nothing left to lose, you'll hang on as long as you can. That is pretty good. Stubborn. Some give it their all. You refuse to accept that limit. 20% to regen chance to regen +1 willpower per turn. But I think boosting up strength and 2 points of armor are probably a little bit better for him. Alright, so are these... The pluses do not mean that they have points available. It means that they can be promoted, I think. Well, I do have 2 points available with him. Go with that. No points available. No points available. Now, I only have 10, so it takes renown, if I remember correctly, to promote. You've got an item. You've got 2 points available. Extra armor break is good. Extra strength is good, I think. You've got no points available. I'm just looking through for people with points available right now. You've got 2 points available. Armor break. And let's go for defense on you. Bercy has 2 points available. Can't increase either of those. Oh, okay. So I could increase. I could take a rank in this. All right. Some of this is definitely different from the previous game. Let's go with that. Alright, it looks like... Oh, okay, so these points do count for... Okay. I can use these points to get these things. 5% chance to avoid a strength attack. Or 30% bonus hit chance. You take that. Probably should have been looking at some of this with some of the other people. Exploit. You search for their broken straps or torn mail and then make them pay. 10% to cause puncture. Or divert. 5% chance to avoid armor attack. Let's go with that. Alright, you've got no points available. What are your special abilities? Tale worth telling, because this is a new rank 3 poet. Unless there was some characters that I missed in the previous game, I think this is a new class for this one. Tale worth telling. The Skald exalts his target to feats of strength and heroism. His words buff an ally for 1 round, adding 1 damage for every 2 strength the enemy is above the target ally. The boasts have no effect if the buffed ally attacks an enemy of equal or lower strength, so picking the right target is important. And Skald's Song. Skald adds +1 willpower to all allies if standing within 1 tile of an ally who delivers a killing blow. Effective use of this ability will keep your heroes from tiring in combat, so keeping the Skald in range of other fighters so he can move to them quickly is key. Alright. Might not be a bad thing to promote him. So we need to get to we gotta max stats to get some of these other abilities. Stubborn. Some give it their all, plus... Oh yeah, we looked at that. Defy, 30% chance to avoid any killing blow. I don't know, this is a lower chance, but that is... But there would be more chances of that triggering, whereas 30% to avoid any killing blow, I mean, that's good, but hopefully you'll just be avoiding the killing blow in the first place, not putting them in the situation for that. Although, considering the way that I played the last game, yeah. Let's see. Robust years of toil in field and battle have hardened your body against pain. 20% chance to resist one strength damage, etc. Go for the soft spot, as your trainer is fond of saying. 10% bonus crit chance. 15, 20? I don't know. Let's see. Armor, hunkered down. Bracing at the right time can ruin an enemy's plans to weaken you. 20% chance to resist some damage. And again, this, I don't know, this is another one of those cases, probably be taking more armor damage in general, versus this chance to regenerate armor. So, that's interesting, but, I don't know, let's see. Probably is better to promote Rook right now, I think. He's only level 4. Let's see, all of those items are given out. But, yeah, I feel like promoting Rook is a better choice. So let's do that. This will take 9 renown. So I need 13 renown for Ivor. You could be promoted for 7. Let's just keep going back there. Oh, because he's right there. Never mind. I do like the archers, but Rook is also an archer, so Bowmaster uses her longbow to shoot further than other less experienced archers, and she always hits her mark. Bird of Prey makes it possible for her to strike units before they are able to get in attack range, and allows her passive puncture to be used against more enemies who may have been out of range of a normal shot. I think we'll go with Rook, though. Let's go ahead and promote him. Alright, so we can choose one of these abilities. 10% chance to cause puncture. Let's see, Light Step. Landsman uses superior dexterity to move around bodies, allowing him to pass through but not stop on any allies. Light Step can help a crafty landsman get safely into position behind armored allies before going in for the strike, or escape from a dangerous position. Mark Prey. By marking his target, the hunter does a small amount of armor break damage and is able to focus the attack of his entire team on a single enemy. Enemy allies in range of the victim get a free instant attack on the marked target. So that is a really good ability. I do really like that one. So let's see. Puncture or avoid an armor attack. Let's go with puncture. I think that's better for him. Let's see. Dodge or lucky shot. Plus 30% bonus hit chance. I'm not sure exactly what that means. This is a 30% chance that I do more damage? I think I'll go with that, though. Alright, rather than bumping up some of these other abilities, I think those two are a little bit better right now. And I probably should have been giving some of these other things to other people, but oh well. Alright, so Rook and Ivor are level 5. I think I want to take Nid along. Not sure if I want her. Actually, I should probably have Rook go last. Let's see, we want Hakon. Hakon is good. What about Bercy? Hits up 2 enemies. Heavy impact is always good. Griss. I think Griss is basically the same as Ivor. Return the favor, although I think he has a different ability here. There's 1 point of armor for each strike he makes. That does sound pretty good. We'll take Griss along. What about Mogre? Bring the pain, Shieldmaster strikes an adjacent enemy for armor break damage before hunkering down and boosting his passive ability, Return the Favor, to return even more break damage for 1 turn. I've spent most of this episode looking at my characters from the last game. Let's see, it's rank 2. Break attack +1, +2 to return the favor. You know what? Let's see. Mogre, Nid, and Rook, I think. What about, Krimmer? Forge ahead. So you can change where people move, which is actually pretty good. Rain of Arrows, I think I just didn't find quite as good. Sky Striker secretly selects an unoccupied tile on the board and fires up to 3 arrows in the air. If an enemy passes through the selected tile, they are hit by the falling arrow, doing normal strength damage and stopping them in their tracks, ending their turn. Well, that is pretty good. And just puncture there. And what did Nid have again? Added range, which is really good, and puncture. Yeah, I think I kind of like those abilities. All right, so with Rook going last, that means that we can position other people and then have him use his ability to force them to attack again. So that is pretty good. I think we'll go with that. All right, let's make this episode go a little bit longer since we spent so much time looking through our troops. And let's go talk to Tryggvi. A strangely familiar man with a spear and tattoos beckons to you. His movements are somewhat odd, almost comical. You wouldn't be confused by Tryggvi's presence if you'd supported this journey long ago. What? Maybe I don't remember him. The man's eyes glaze over for a moment before clearing. He now acts like your old friends. I've lost it. Lost what? My desire to keep going, the same as you. I still want to keep going. Lie. You lost someone special and now feel lost. I once lost a dog. Don't compare my daughter to your dog! Tryggvi starts laughing maniacally as though you've told some great joke. Not your daughter, you're the dog we all miss. He laughs some more and wipes his eyes. Tryggvi starts singing while walking away. Yellow and blue will lie to you, lie to you, lie to you. He didn't, just actually leave, did he? No? Because he does have an item. What is his item? Tryggvi's necklace. Maybe I don't recognize him. Maybe he's actually here because just in case you didn't have Ludin, so you'd have a Spearmaster. Necklace with matching full and half moon symbols made of pearl. Tryggvi believes they align to give him luck. Plus 10% chance of 2 times strength damage. What other items do we have again? Echo has Tistleberry, an addictive berry found deep in the Langloom forest that, when eaten, makes one feel pretty good about things. Oddleaf has... Can I not see the item that she has? Obsidian Ring, plus 2 strength. Okay. Who else has items? Ivind has, Shapersky Stone, a green stone found mounted on the armor and helms of champions, considered lucky in turning away blades. Plus 2 strength resist, plus 2 drawing aggro. Alright, let's see. Well, Nid has, Farthing Yord, an elaborate belt first discovered around the waist of a Varl who had somehow frozen himself deep in a glacier. Plus 3 break. Scarlet Feather. Nobody has actually caught a blood raven, but the lucky few who have found one of their feathers can tell you why. Minus 1 drawing aggro and plus 2 move. Dunder's Hand. According to myth, the god Dunder needed these gloves just to lift his hammer of creation, heavy as it was. Okay, so we don't have a whole lot of items. But let's go ahead and leave. Get back on the road. Shouted orders turn several ships towards the bank. You have no choice but to call all the other vessels to a halt as well. By the time you land, a crowd is gathered by the water. What the hell's going on here, guys? We're supposed to keep moving. Who are you? A fine man in fine clothes and missing a hand stands in the center of the others. He smirks as you approach. And here he is, the fine self-proclaimed ruler of us all. Are you the reason for this delay? I don't answer questions from backwater scum, no matter how highly they've risen in the pond. Handle this quickly with force. Then I'll stop asking. Get back on the boats. I'll go with that option. Well, you don't know who you're talking to, do you? No, and I don't really care. Rook, you might not remember when we first arrived in Borsgard, but I went to Bolverk to speak with the governor. And? What's your point? Well, this is Ruka, the governor. And what's your point? Luden, the entitled prince of Arborang, who joined you in Einartoft, steps forward from the gathering crowd. The former governor of what was Borsgard, actually. Careful, Prince. Rivers are dangerous, especially this far from your papa's side. The threat causes a few gasps from the clansmen. Luden's bodyguard, the usually quiet Varl Bursey, growls, but is waved off by the young prince. The Mender and I were just discussing Rook's banner. It'll make a nice addition to Borsgard's. That's not going to happen. Fine, I don't really care. Or doesn't Prince Luden outrank you? Luden glances at you, a brief look of appreciation upon his face. If anything, Rook's banner would join Arborang's. Or are you claiming control of the entire kingdom, too? I'm just trying to guide my vulnerable prince home with some dignity and proper leadership. But it was Rook who led the fight against Bellower while you hid in your great hall, Governor. Overseeing a besieged town isn't hiding, Mender, just as fighting in a battle isn't necessarily leading. But Rook kept us alive across the foreign wastes, he did, cries a man. Saved us at Einartoft, too. Oh, saved us at Einartoft, too, a woman adds. Others join in, listing your deeds and cheering your name. Then it's settled. No more delays. Rook is our official guide to Arborang, but will consult with me on major decisions. I don't want a title or a boss. No, everyone just get back on the boats. Yes, return to the ships. The helmeted guard next to Ruga makes a gesture for only the governor to see. Ruga laughs as the crowd disperses. Prince, your guide has a lot to learn before Arborang. We'll see about that. And there goes some supplies. Morale has declined. Ahead, driftwood has collected, creating an impressive barrier for the longships. Alternatively, going to shore has its own risks from whatever might be lurking in the trees. Alright, so we've got a choice here. Row hard will break through. Seems like a bad idea. Bank the ships and set all axemen to chopping. Or prepare for portage will carry the ships around. Alright, I feel like the portage, while it might be a little bit more stressful, is probably faster. So I think we'll go for that. The ships groan as they're hoisted onto shoulders and marched across land. Navigating through the riverside brush takes time, but everyone pulls through unscathed. As the ships push off once again, dredge appear on the bank, a silent reminder of their constant threat. Morale has improved. The axemen and Varl pull away... Oh. And morale declines again. The axemen and Varl pull away from their task to join the fight. Several die in the extended battle as blunted axe fail to kill swiftly. Eventually the dredge retreat and the river is cleared. Wasn't I portaging? -8 fighters. -9 clansmen. I was portaging! We might make it down this river to the capital without any more trouble. I hope so. You look at Ivor, surprised by his optimism. And I might sprout wings and start flying. Oh, you... Will that make up for your missing arm? Hey, I get to make jokes about losing my arm, not you. Aw, I thought we were friends. I suppose that's fair. So what are you worried about now? I think you should make use of this trainer in this tent that we haul around everywhere. You've led fighters in battle before, but there's always more to learn. So let's bank the ships and challenge your skills a bit. Okay, I think this is telling me about the training tent. This is a training tent where you can hone your skills by completing challenges and through free-form sparring. Click on the training tent to begin your first challenge. But I think we'll do that in the next episode. See you then, everyone.